and welcome viewers. In today's lecture, we are going to study clampers and positive clampers. Have you ever imagined how the analog receivers of a television works? Well, here the clampers come to play. Let us discuss a clamper circuit. A clamper circuit can be said is a circuit that adds DC level to an AC signal. The desired positive and negative peaks can be placed at desired levels with the help of clamping circuits. Now, since a DC level is shifted, this can also be called as a level shifter. Now, let us look at a clamper circuit. Here we can see that a clamper circuit comprises of storage elements like capacitors. Simplest form of clamper circuits can consist of a capacitor, a resistor, a diode, and a DC battery if needed. Now let us look at the definition of a clamper. A clamper circuit can be defined as the circuit that consists of a diode, a resistor, and a capacitor that shifts the waveform to a desired DC level without changing the actual appearance of the AC signal. To maintain the time period of the waveform, we must make sure that the tau must be greater than half the time period. It is denoted by tau is equal to RC. Here, R is equal to resistance of the resistor, C is equal to capacitance of the capacitor. The time constant of the charging as well as discharging of the capacitor determines the output of the clamper. For a clamper circuit, a vertical upward or downward shift occurs in the output waveform with respect to the input signal. The load resistor and the capacitor affects the waveform. Hence, discharging time of the capacitor should be quite large. The DC component present at the input is rejected when a capacitor coupled network is utilized. Hence, on restoring the DC component, a clamping circuit is used. Now let us look at the various types of clampers and we will discuss them one by one. Positive clamper with positive VR, positive clamper with negative VR, negative clamper with positive VR, negative clamper with negative VR. Here we will primarily focus on positive clampers and the changes it brings on adding a reference voltage. Positive clamper circuit. Let us look at the diagram. When the negative peak of the signal is raised above the zero level, then the signal is considered to be positively clamped. A positive clamper circuit is a circuit that consists of a diode, a resistor, and a capacitor. The figure explains the construction of a positive clamper circuit. Initially, when the input is given, the capacitor is not charged and the diode is reversed biased. The output is not present at this point of time. During the negative half cycle, at the peak value, the capacitor gets charged with negative on one plate and positive on the other. The capacitor is now charged to its peak value Vm. The diode gets forward biased and conducts heavily. During the next positive half cycle, the polarity of Vi is reversed and the capacitor is charged to Vm, while the diode gets reverse biased and gets open circuited. The output of the circuit at this moment will be V0 is equal to Vi plus Vm. Hence, the signal is positively clamped as shown in the figure. The output signal changes according to the changes in the input, but shifts the level according to the charge on the capacitor as it adds the input voltage. Positive clamper with positive VR biasing. A positive clamper circuit, if biased with some positive reference voltage, that voltage will be added to the output to raise the clamped level. Using this, the circuit of the positive clamper with positive reference voltage is constructed as shown. During the positive half cycle, the reference voltage is applied through the diode at the output, and as the input voltage increases, the cathode voltage of the diode increases with respect to the anode voltage, and hence it stops conducting. During the negative half cycle, the diode gets forward biased and starts conducting. The voltage across the capacitor and the reference voltage together maintain the output voltage level. The output is shown as positive clamper with negative VR biasing. A positive clamper circuit, if biased with some negative reference voltage, that voltage will be added to the output to raise the clamped level. Using this, the circuit of the positive clamper with positive reference voltage is constructed as: during the positive half cycle, the voltage across the capacitor and the reference voltage together maintain the output voltage level. During the negative half cycle, the diode conducts when the cathode voltage gets less than the anode voltage. These changes make the output voltage as shown. The output is shown as. In today's lecture, we have learnt Introduction to clamper, definition of clamper, types of clamper, positive clamper with positive VR, positive clamper with negative VR. With this, we are at the end of this lecture. We will meet again in the next lecture. Till then, learn and practice. Thank you and goodbye.